Hello, Clarice. Do you still hear them? The lambs?
Looks like we're connected to Facebook, YouTube. I'm waiting on Twitch.
Come on, Twitch. Oh, there we go.
Okay. And then you can just type to them here as well.
Did you see that?
No. The cord's on your mic.
Oh, you should look that up. It's really funny.
Okay.
Wow, what's up, Marcos Castellanos?
Okay. So I'm just gonna
Castellanos, excuse me. Said that wrong.
All right. The shot looks good. We'll start off in the front here. So it shows the network. FLGN, and then you just scroll.
Yeah, Pablo's, the hair squig is for real with Pablo. I should put a cat filter on. That'd be absolutely hilarious.
What is up, LJ? All right, chat. So if you're here, you're catching the pre-show. Let us know how it looks. This is the new solo setup.
Ooh, coming straight from my OnlyFans studio.
All right, there you go, brother. All right, you're good to go. You can start whenever you want. When you start, just do like a in front of the camera. Yeah,
I've been watching Cobra Kai.
it's such a great show.
We're karateing the prices. No, that show is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, so just do like something to let me know when to start, and then we're good to go.
Cool. What's up, everybody? Got a couple minutes till we kick it off. It's going to be a solo cast, solitary adventure.
And then when you're done, hit stop streaming. So
Got it.
I'm going to minimize this. When you get back to it, it's just OBS, and then you hit stop streaming when you're done. Or you can come get me and I can turn it off. But that's
I think I can press that many buttons.
okay.
I'm not that old yet.
Chat.
What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing? Yo, what's up? Z1, G1, Tomodachi, Bobby, Midriff the second. Just kidding, Midkiff. How's everybody doing? No, we're doing a solo stream today. We're missing a key component, but it's all good. It's all good. It's fun to mix it up a little bit. So one of the streaming computers, I brought it home for game night and left it at home like a dummy. But I did get donuts for everybody in the office, so totally made up for it, sort of. Gonna paint some mega knobs. Nice. I have like 17 painted mega knobs. Don't think I'm ever gonna use that many. Although my friends are telling me that it's actually really good. A really good list right now. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get started with this solitary stream. Hey everybody, welcome to Signals from the Frontline. Your today solo stream brought to you by yours truly, Mr. Reese Robbins, aka Recio, on this beautiful day, my first day of being 40 years old. Sad, but at least I'm not dead. Yes, yesterday was my birthday. And true to form, turning 40, I had a kink in my neck. I had to do some yoga to try and work it out. But, oh man, ain't getting older. Grand. Not really, but like I said, it's better than being dead. How's everybody doing in chat? Hope you're having a good day. For those of you listening to the podcast, if you hear me referencing people that you don't hear, that's because they're joining us via live chat, which you can do with Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube. It's always fun to have people join in on the show to help move the conversation along and correct us when we inevitably make a mistake about something. And yes, I did have a great birthday. Thank you, everybody. My parents are in town, and we just hung out, had a nice dinner, watched some Cobra Kai. Pretty chill, actually. I usually like to go out and do kind of a big night out on my birthday, but didn't do anything this year because of COVID and just chilling. Took it kind of easy. So if you're wondering why it's a solo stream today, I left the streaming laptop at home. I brought it home for game night last week and left it there like a dummy. But as I said in the pre-chat, I did bring donuts for everybody in the office, so I didn't feel like a total idiot. At least I came bearing some gifts. But welcome to the show, number 721 of Signals from the Frontline. Today we're going to talk about everything that happened in the last week in the Warhammer hobby, which is honestly not a lot went on, but we did get a Drukhari rules sneak peek, which we'll talk about. And this weekend coming up, we're going to get not one, but two Age of Sigmar battle tomes. We're going to get Daughters of Cain, and we're also going to get Hedonites of Slaanesh. So, looking pretty cool. Let's go ahead and dive in. Marcos turned 40 a couple weeks ago in the chat. Congratulations to you. Happy birthday. And a lot of the other people in the chat had their birthdays or are wishing me a happy birthday, which is really nice. I appreciate it. Feeling okay for 40. I was dreading it. It was like when I turned 30. I was dreading turning 30, and then you turn 30 and you're like, whatever, it's not really much of a difference. And then turning 40 was the same thing. I was like, I'm dead. I'm a corpse. I can't believe I'm so old. And then you're like, whatever. It's just another day. Anthony Odell turned 30. Well done. And Grandfather 81 is turning 40 this year too. Congratulations. We're all still alive. Yay. All right, let's jump in and talk about what is going on. So first of all, we have a brand new FLG mat. This one is called Lacone Peninsula. We tried to do something different besides name it Rock Green Water 1. So I think we're making progress on our naming conventions. This is a very cool mat. Folks, kind of an exotic, maybe extraterrestrial or fantasy type setting, or it could just be, a green water lagoon. Check it out. It is available at 21% off during the release period, which is going to last 2 weeks. If you think this is a cool mat, it's available in a wide variety of sizes. It can be used for a wide variety of games. We have it all the way up to 4x8, down to 24x14. Check it out. Pick it up if you dig it. We would appreciate the business, and you can save some money. Today is also the last day to take advantage of our previous promotion, which is Extraterrestrial Landscape. Turned out to be a really popular design. Quite a few people picked it up. Really cool mat. It looks like a color-adjusted NASA photo of a distant planet. I like it quite a bit. And that mat will be on sale through the end of the business day today, Wednesday, the 10th of February. So if you want to grab that, you want to make sure to do it. If you're listening to this on podcast or on YouTube, too late. Should have got it sooner. Kill Team Stream, what's up, dude? I feel so bad. Kills Team Stream just joined us in chat. He worked his butt off making amazing trophies and terrain for the Kill Team event at the LVO. And then, of course, we had to cancel it this year due to COVID-19. So we had to push it forward. Sorry for all the hard work you did, Kill Team Stream, but eventually people will get to see how rad it was. What the hell is this format? Martha Vias. It's a new chill format for Signals. We're not going to be doing it all the time, but had to make do with the equipment that we had available to us this week. Got to keep the cogs oiled. Reformative Pilates, says Phil Kelly, rub my belly. Yeah, I just started doing daily yoga. Anybody who's old like me, I can't recommend it enough. It makes such a difference with your mobility and your daily comfort. Highly, highly recommend it. Pilates, yoga, just doing some stretching. I was listening to David Goggins' book, You Can't Hurt Me, which I highly recommend for anybody. Lots of foul language in it, but it's appropriate to the story. He talked about how he started doing a deep stretching routine and how it saved his athletic career. Kind of reminded me, I was like, I used to stretch every day. Started doing yoga, it's a world of difference. I feel stronger when I'm lifting weights. I can, just more comfortable. So there's a good 40-year-old tip. Stretch, take care of your body. It's an investment that will pay dividends. Kill Team Stream says it's all good. We can use it for the next event. Now I don't have to work as hard for the next time. Yep, that's true. Glass half full, baby. I dig it. Tomodachi was 59 over here, and I was freezing indeed. So we have two new Age of Sigmar battle tomes coming out this weekend, this Saturday, which will be the 13th, which you can pick these up from Frontline Gaming, store.frontlinegaming.org, and you can do so at a discount with free shipping options within the continental United States. So we have the Hedonites of Slaanesh, which look really, really disturbing and cool. It's got a Hellraiser kind of a vibe going on. It's very Slaneshi. I super dig it. They haven't revealed too much, and by they I mean Games Workshop, haven't revealed too much about the rules yet, but the models that they've showcased are really, really cool. As you can see if you're watching with the visual component, the models are just spectacular. The new Sigvald, he looks like a lot of people have been saying, he looks straight up like a villain out of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I have to agree with that. Just spectacular. And I think this is going to be quite a popular faction just on the strength of the models alone. Really, really digging it. So keep a closer eye on the Warhammer community page. Of course, we will shamelessly poach some of the rules to repost over on Frontline Gaming so that people can comment on them and take a look at it. But I'm really curious to see more of the rules. But the models and the art, 10 out of 10 so far. Justin Kiefer says, "Oh yeah, Heat Knights, baby, yeah, they're super badass." Phil Kelly says, "I might actually take up Sigmar when I get tired of getting my ass handed to me by local Death Guard and Dark Angels players." Yeah, they're really, really strong. I mean, I don't think anybody was surprised that Dark Angels were strong. Their codex is insane. They were good with the index. And Death Guard, hilariously, some quote-unquote experts said they were nerfed. That was dumb. They're incredibly good. And we had a local tournament here where a bunch of the staff went and played. And one of our teammates here, Aurelio, a.k.a. Leo, he won with Dark Angels. Won quite handily. And he's been winning with Dark Angels. They're kind of having their moment in the sun. They haven't been good in quite a while. And as most of you know, I've been playing Deathwing. And man, they're super strong. Really good faction, very flavorful. And I feel the same way with Death Guard. So as more codexes come out, I think the parity between the different factions will level out. It's just, for better or for worse, that's the way 40K and Age of Sigmar do it. They come out with codexes or army books, and you get a little update here and there. So some factions languish in out of date mode for years. I don't think it's the best model for updating your game, but from a business perspective, it's really smart. You come out with a bunch of models, a book, sells really well, but then you have to wait forever unless you're Space Marines to get updated. So pros and cons, I've always kind of preferred the model where they come out with a supplement book and it updates everybody. I don't know with 40K if that's even possible because there's so many factions now. Pros and cons to it. But I will say if you're a 40K player, your army hasn't gotten updated yet for 9th edition, hang in there. Everything I've seen, again, I'm no longer a playtester. I had to take a break. I was getting a little burned out trying to do everything. Everything I've seen, the Xenos, everybody, you're going to be really happy with what you get. It's just, you just have to be patient. Tomodachi says, keep tracing that meta dragon. Yep. And Dark Angels are definitely, I think, probably the top of the pyramid right now in terms of power. I think they're even better than Blood Angels. I've played Blood Angels a couple times with my Dark Angels, and I haven't had any trouble beating them. That's obviously anecdotal evidence. Doesn't prove anything beyond just what I've seen in my own experience, but I think Dark Angels are probably number one right now. Harlequins is the only army that's really soundly beat me. And I play Deathwing. So if you had a more balanced Dark Angels army, I don't think it would be a problem. Also taking a look at Daughters of Cain, as you can see on your screen. We've seen a little bit more of their rules. I haven't played Age of Sigmar in a while, so I'm not going to try and make any expert commentary on it. But they look really cool in my non-expert opinion. And they're getting sort of the Space Marine chapters treatment where they're getting lots of little sub-factions, which, I think is brilliant. I think every army in 40K and Age of Sigmar should have this. Gives you extra flavor, gives you more options. So the Daughters of Cain are getting the ability to pick like a sub-faction within the Daughters of Cain. I think it's great. Every modern Age of Sigmar army has been getting this as well. With the free cities, you could pick your city, et cetera, et cetera. I think it's really cool. And the Daughters of Cain models are brilliant. I have a bunch of them for D&D. Can't wait to see more of them on the tables. So 2 super exciting armies coming out for Age of Sigmar. Again, if you want to pick these up from Frontline Gaming, we always appreciate the business. You can do so store.frontlinegaming.org and get them at a discount. Been a Dark Angels player since Rogue Trader, says Martha Vias. Well, your day has come. Your day has come. I have been a Dark Angels player since the very beginning of 2nd edition, so just a little, maybe a year or 2 less than you. They were my first army, and I wouldn't say my favorite army, but I've always really liked them. Aussie Jedi says, now you aren't a tester. Can you tell us the Dark Angels secret, right? You know, it's funny, in playtesting, we did not see the lore. That was a totally separate deal. So it's, you know, when you're playtesting the rules. And I think it's smart. You compartmentalize the different things so that if you do have a leak, you don't leak too much. So I don't know the secret. I think we all kind of know the secret, but we don't, you know, I don't know anything more than anybody else does. Axis of Entropy says he too played Dark Angels in 2nd edition. Yeah, man, that Dark Angels Captain 2nd edition was my first model where he's holding the sword. They've since remade the model. Where he's holding the sword with the winged helmet. Still have it, still in the store here at Frontline Gaming. Just such a dope model with such a commanding pose. I really like it. Aussie Jedi says he was joking. Ah, well, it's like, I'm dumb. I fall for these jokes sometimes. But yeah, the one thing I am disappointed with is that they've been hinting at both the Lion and Russ and Fulgrim since like 7th edition, and I'm just like, where are they? Come on, G-Dubs, hit us with another Primarch right in the vein. I want it so bad. I don't know what the delay is. You know, I think everybody wants another Primarch bad. And like, if the pattern holds true, we should get another Loyalist Primarch. So the Lion or Russ would be so dope. Like, come on, give it to us. Dang it. But I'm sure we'll get it sooner or later. It's been like a long time now. Come on. Playtest lore, Ben Schmoller. Yeah, there is a lore team as well. Mr. Ben Schmoller. I can't go too deep into how everything works, but there is a team that also gives feedback on the lore being faithful to canon. So I think that's great. I commend GW fully for bringing outside help in, because there's a lot of fans that are just like, you know, all of us, super mega fans, and then being able to apply that knowledge and help give feedback on something that you love it's a dream come true for a lot of people. And I feel like I did my duty on the front lines. Frankie and I were in there since the beginning of this last effort for several years. We did our tour of duty, and now we stand back and let other people go in and get their chance at it, because it's a lot of work. It's a big commitment. All right, let's take a look at the new Drukhari sneak previews that we kind of just randomly got out of nowhere, which is really exciting. We're seeing the updated profile for Kabbalite Warriors. A lot of people have been bitching and moaning about this, like, this isn't enough. And I'm like, shut up. God. It's like your dad and mom and dad gave you a car when you turned 16, and you're like, well, it's not a sports car. It's like, geez, you just can't please people sometimes. It's really annoying. So it's like your armor got 50% better, go from a 5 up to a 4 up, which I think is appropriate, considering the fact that they're covered head to toe in armor, and they got an extra attack. And is it like, oh, are you going to be, you know, beating the crap out of a heavy intercessor? No, but you're also probably going to be dramatically cheaper in points, and it's a dramatic improvement. 50% better armor, 100% better offense in melee. What's to complain about? So I don't know. It's always funny to me when people bitch about getting something, but it's not enough. It's like, geez Louise, can you take a step back and just be thankful that you got something better? And, you know, if you ever have feedback on what you think could be better, or if you think there's another change that could be made, go over to the Games Workshop Facebook page and politely, you know, in a manner in which you would wish to be spoken to, express your opinion. They do pay attention to it. And if you have a good idea and enough people back you up, it'll be seen. But in the meantime, this is obviously an improvement. Tomodachi says, huge nerf for Dark Eldar. Yeah, I know you're teasing, but it's funny. Yeah, exactly. It's all upside. All upside. And if the points are correct, if they're pointed and if their points are competitively pointed for allow myself to introduce myself, they're going to be a really solid troop choice. I think that people should be happy with it, in my opinion. But, hey. Also, we got to see the updated Splinter Cannon. Again, a lot of people bitched about this, but it's clearly better than it was, in my opinion. So you got 2 damage, heavy 3, AP 1. A lot of people were bitching about it. They're like, oh, for infantry, it's heavy. And I'm like, who was taking Splinter Cannons on units of warriors anyway? Like, nobody was doing that. On Venoms, they're going to be baller. So the AP 1 is clearly, it's a dramatic improvement. And then 2 damage is amazing for the Space Marine meta that we live in. In my opinion, it's a dramatic improvement because you're taking lots of Venoms. The Venoms just got better. Just if it only got AP1, it got better. So in my opinion, this is a considerable improvement. It also makes them a lot different than the other poison weapons that you have. And your warriors are still going to be taking blasters, so stop crying. I've been watching a lot of Cobra Kai. I just want to go off. But I identify with Johnny. Great show, by the way. If anybody hasn't watched it, it's super duper good. Not only for the 80s nostalgia, it's just a good show. Axis of Entry says it's a poison heavy bolter. Yeah, totally is. Eldar have been needing solid non-rack troop choice. Tomodachi Express, I agree. A lot of it's going to come down to the points, but if they're pointed correctly, I think Warriors are going to be awesome. Kill Team Stream says he's just happy to be here. Well, we're happy to have you. Marcos Castellano says he loves Cobra Kai. Yeah, it's such a good show. I'm still in season 1, but I've been loving it. It's really, really good. Tomodachi Express gives him hope for shuriken cannons. I think shuriken cannons are okay. Really all the high rate of fire weapons either need to go the heavy bolter route where they do 2 damage, like with Splinter Cannon, or they just need more shots. I always thought it was strange that like a heavy bolter, which is supposed to be like a rapid fire, grenade launcher, so to speak, but or a heavy stubber, it's supposed to be like a 50 cal. That thing should be like heavy 6 or something like that. Like the number of shots was always too low on those to reflect what they're supposed to be doing, in my opinion. GW's improving a lot of these mainstay weapons and they're getting a lot better. Phil Kelly wrote my belly. I haven't watched WandaVision yet, but I've heard nothing but good things. So have to check it out. And then we also saw an updated profile for Incubi. Incubi, of course, being the elite choice that have some of the dopest models in 40K, cool lore, badass art, but the rules, they've always been kind of like middling to okay. Now they're getting a pretty considerable boost. Now this is old information, but we'll talk about it here since it's apropos to the Drukhari update. Weapon skill 2, 3 attacks base, and then the weapons are they're +1 strength, and I believe they do 2 damage. Yeah. So and then AP3 they're +2 strength. So really, really significant boost to these guys. They're going to be Space Marine killers, which is what they always should have been. Lots of attacks. They're going to be wounding on 4s or 3s. Largely ignoring armor, going to be doing enough damage to one-shot a lot of Space Marines. So, and they're hitting on 2s too, which is freaking baller. So I think the Incubi look like they're going to be able to do their job, right? Their job is to go in and kill heavy infantry. Looks like they're going to be able to do it. That's awesome. Bravo to GW, right? Because they're such sick, they're just so cool, right? Like they should be on the cover of some like Norwegian black metal band, like even the name is great. So hopefully they perform as expected on the tabletop. Their stats definitely look like they're gonna get it done. Yeah, their strength +2 AP3, 2 damage. So sounds great to me. What's up, Eric? How you doing in chat? Was the box of Dark Eldar just a reboxing? Asks Matt. Yeah, GW has been reboxing a lot of kits lately for more modern boxing, and then sometimes they're changing the number of models in there and all that stuff. So yeah, it was just a reboxing. It's not a new. They haven't recut the sprue, to my knowledge. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's a new sprue. All right, so an exciting new product we've been talking about lately is the FLG 40K Events 2021 Express Pass. Besides a long name, or Express Pass for short, what it is it's sort of our way of trying to offset the ass kicking that we're taking for our events business with COVID. We've gone basically a year now with no events, and that's really brutal for our business. And it sucks for everybody else. And it stinks. So we were trying to think, like, what's a way we can try and generate some revenue with tickets, but also be fair to the customer, to make it COVID-proof, and to give them a good value. And so we brainstormed for a long time, and then we came up with this idea to sell the Express Pass, which basically what it is you pay $220 up front. It saves you an average of like 23.5% off the cost of 3 individual 40K event tickets. So it saves you almost 25%. And then you get early access to 3 40K events of your choice through the end of 2022. Between now and then, we have 14 major events booked. So all over the country. So you buy the pass, and then let's say for the LVO 2022, before everybody else, along with the high rollers at the same time as them, you get a chance to grab a ticket for whatever 40K event you want. So for SoCal Open, which I think is safe, it's not going to be on the other side of COVID, I hope, this year, you'll get to get a ticket for it before everybody else. And the same for the wide array of events that we have planned, which I'll go over here so everybody has an idea of what they get. So it's a really good deal. You get to get a ticket before everybody else. It helps us out. You save money. Hopefully it's a win all around. They've been selling well, and we're actually starting to run low on them. So if you want one, please grab one. And to give you an idea of how many events we have booked for 2021, some of them aren't going to be able to happen this year already, and they're getting pushed into 2022, 2023. And some of these, I think, I'm kind of hoping that, summertime we're back to running events of some nature. We'll have to see, and obviously we're going to play it safe. But to give you an idea of how many events that we have booked out now for every year, we've got the LVO, which all of you know and love, I hope. We're going to have an event in North Carolina. We're going to be announcing that very shortly. We've got the Bay Area Open, which is in San Francisco, obviously. We've got the Atlantic City Open, which is surprisingly in Atlantic City, which is near New York, New Jersey. For those of you who are unfamiliar with it, it's a really, really killer location. That event is going to be really big once it starts to get a little momentum. We've got the Las Vegas Team Tournament here in Las Vegas. That is only a 40K team event. We've got the Lone Star Open, which is going to be taking place in Texas. And we've got the SoCal Open, which is in San Diego. And finally, we got the New Orleans Open, which obviously is in New Orleans. That's going to be a really cool event. So the 40K Express Pass gives you access to any 40K event at any of those majors, and you get to pick what you want. You could go to the 40K Narrative, the 40K Friendly, whatever, and you get it before everybody else at a discounted price. So if you want to get one, they're probably only going to be up for sale for a couple more weeks here before they sell out. Grab one, thank you, and enjoy the savings and the no stress ability to grab a ticket before everybody else. Henry Rollins is in the chat. I got to say, big fan of your work with the Henry Rollins Band and Black Flag. Thank you for being such an icon of punk and also a really good actor and thinker. Of course, probably not the real Henry Rollins, but I just wanted to say that anyway. All he wants is a Pepsi. I love it. Another great punk song. Was that Black Flag? I thought that was Suicidal Tendencies. That song was from. Correct me in the chat. Tomodachi Express says, come on, Hawaii Open. That would be really cool, but there's already some really good events. Amory out there in Hawaii runs a really, really good event that I was going to come to again this year. I went in 2019, but that's yeah, hopefully it'll happen this year. We'll see. But that's a really good event. Marcos is going to come to the Lone Star Open. Awesome. North Carolina asks Eric. Cool. Yes, we're going to reveal that one pretty soon. That's going to be a very, very cool event. It's in a beautiful location. The Annihilator, do these count for the high roller packages? No, they do not. They don't replace a package deal. It's just for a 40K ticket. And the reason that we had to do that is because we really only have package deals at like the LVO right now, and they cover a lot of different stuff. So there's no parity between that and the other events. So we had to keep it simple and keep it just the 40K events. And then the pricing is different and all that stuff. Axis of Entropy, that's a funny question. I'm not going to read that one out on live stream, but I'm sure other people in the chat can answer that for you. Aussie Jedi was fooled. He thought it was really Henry Rollins. I wish if Henry Rollins, actually the real Henry Rollins, came on our stream, I would be absolutely thrilled. I don't think he plays 40K, but maybe he does. X-Fleet Fearless says, can't wait until COVID lifts so we can drive down to Vegas and see the new the location, maybe play some games. Yeah, the storefront here in Boulder City is not gigantic. Like our facility is really big here in Boulder City, Nevada, but the whole play space that we had dedicated, we had a whole about 1,000 square feet of play space, which is decent size. We've converted it all into manufacturing and warehousing space, because when COVID hit, we're like, well, we literally can't use this space, and we just converted it into something that was actually useful instead of just paying rent on it and sitting here doing nothing. So right now, our play space is tiny because we still aren't even open to the public for the Frontline Gaming storefront. So I would say if you come to Vegas, you want to stop in and say hello, of course you're welcome. If you want to buy something, the store's open, of course you're welcome. When we get on the other side of that, we still don't have customers coming in and out. But if you're making a trip out here to come play games, I would say that that's probably not the best idea, because our play space is a warehouse right now. Like the one table we have is surrounded by boxes. Of course, once we're on the other side of COVID, that'll change. But for now, I would say don't plan a trip, because it wouldn't be the best use of your time. Institutionalized, Tomodachi Express, that was the song. And the band was Suicidal Tendencies. When is the New Orleans Open? Asks Kill Team Stream. It is in early December, which we have been told is a really good time of the year to visit New Orleans. You need Kill Team at New Orleans Open. Ask Kill Team Stream. So the New Orleans Open, we're going to run a poll among the community to see what events they want to see. We don't have a lot of space at the New Orleans Open. So it's right in the heart of New Orleans. Space is not cheap there, so the venue's not huge. So we're trying to decide what we want to do. We probably will not have a lot of events at the New Orleans Open. We're contemplating how we want to structure it. Do we want it to be a 40K team tournament? Do we want to do like a 40K champs, AOS champs? If we can run Kill Team, that'd be wonderful. But it's that event space is at a premium because New Orleans is such a badass city that being like right in the heart of the mix and the French Quarter and all that fun stuff. It's not cheap, and there's not a lot of big venues to work out of. Now, Atlantic City Open, the venue's huge, right? So like looking at Kill Team there would totally make sense. Some of the other events have more space, but the New Orleans Open does not. But the venue is beautiful. It's right near the World War II museum that they have there, which is one of the best in the country. More time for beignets. Yeah, exactly, Marcos. So yeah, we haven't put any of the tickets on sale yet, Rat Paste. We're waiting to do that until COVID chills out a little bit. We are selling the Express Pass right now because that will be good all the way through the end of 2022. So the goal right now is to tentatively put tickets up for sale for the Atlantic City Open in March, with very clearly communicating the fact that we're not sure the event's going to happen. The refund policy is very robust. We want to make sure that we communicate clearly and are transparent to any potential attendees that like we're not sure it's going to go down, and we want to make sure that people that are going to buy a ticket understand how the whole process is going to work. But yeah, we've been delaying selling tickets because we want to see, how the wind is blowing on COVID. Thanks, Wolf Priest Carl. Glad you liked the new logos. Yeah, we're rebranding everything to make it. We want everybody to be able to see an FLG event and know it's an FLG event just by looking at the logo. Yeah, we're running a ton of events. We have 8 majors per year right now, and we might actually add a 9th. Tomodachi Express as well as these events. How is Kicker not gone completely insane? Well, thankfully, Kicker is made of energy. He's like Dr. Manhattan. He's like pure energy. And he's learning as he's going, and we're helping teach him and guide him. And actually, having COVID has actually been a benefit. It's been horrible, obviously, but there's been a benefit in that regard, specifically in regards to helping teach Kicker how to do this, because it's a very complicated job. It's made it so that we have a little bit more time to in a low pressure environment to teach him. Otherwise, if it was like full blast right now, which I wish it was, but if it was for Kicker, it would be very hectic and overwhelming. Artemis Steve, thank you, Frontline Gaming, getting to tune in live from Mexico. Hola, amigo. I love Mexico. I wish I could go down and visit. I'm glad to have someone joining us from one of my favorite countries. Lots of sugary breakfast cereals, says Kicker. So anybody who has any questions about events, anything, you can direct those Kicker's way, and then he'll throw his email up in the chat. And he is transitioning into being the head of events for Frontline Gaming. He'll be the man. So if you are a vendor, you want to run an event, you have an idea for a venue for a new FLG event, any of that kind of stuff, Kicker just threw his email in there, Frontline Gaming Events at gmail.com. We have a forwarding address, but it's not working yet. I'm the tech guy. Clearly not very good at my job. But reach out to him and he'll help you out. And within, a year, he's going to be like the guy running all of the events. So reach out and he is happy to answer any of your questions. All right, let's take a look at some of our recently completed commissions from the FLG Paint Studio. The FLG, let me interrupt myself. Dylan's been running the Night Joust, or he has in the past. He hasn't always been available because of family stuff. The Night Joust is one of the coolest events we've run. Thank you for that idea, Dylan. Super fun. Anybody that runs events out there, I recommend adding it to your lineup. It's so easy, so low impact, and it's fun. Rat Paste, you can be our tech priest, because all the tech stuff, almost all of it I've done, and I'm self-taught, and I'm mediocre at best. With all that, all the websites, all that stuff, I've made all that. So if you ever notice something's not working, that's why. Anyway, FLG Paint Studio. So we're really excited. We've taken a portion of our local painters in-house. So what that means is that we do have some full-time painters that come in, punch the clock, work here every day. Super stoked to have them, the FLG Paint Studio. And they have been cranking out some amazing work. So consider us for your next commission. We would love to have you. So take a look at some of these amazing pictures of commissions that have recently come out of our paint studio. These are some Ozark Bone Reapers. They're called Necropolis Stalkers, if I remember correctly. Very cool models. We have, and if you're listening, just use your imagination or head over to flgpaintstudio.com and you can take a look at some of the artwork. We also have these very, very cool, or this very cool Celestin Prime. Amazing paint job. Such a good centerpiece model. Very, very cool. We have a giant commission we'll be doing, Angry Marines. Super funny and fun, lighthearted, but really good paint job. We added some more Primaris stuff to these Angry Marines chapter that we've been painting for this customer, whose army's huge now. It's really cool. Also some Adeptus Titanicus models. This one, funny enough, a lot of people commented on the basing because there's some big corn growing from out of the base. I love it. Giant corn stalks. He's on an aggro world. Very, very cool. And then some full-size Imperial Knights to Castellans, gorgeous models. Check us out. Happy to get your stuff painted up. And of course, check out the other podcasts on the Frontline Gaming Podcast Network. The latest episode of the very popular and new podcast 40K Game Changers just came out, where Steve talks to Winners SEO. And of course, we have Chapter Tactics, the ever popular Art of War Down Under. Lots of good content on the FLGN. When it comes to that web stuff, I'm a Luddite, says Eric Schoenholtz. Excellent vocabulary. I read that the other day and I had to look it up. I was like, the hell is a Luddite? And I looked it up. I'm impressed. It's a good job. It's good to flex your vocabulary, because the internet has literally made us not dumber, but the amount of words in common usage since the internet has gone dramatically down. A lot of people are starting to go back to communicating with like hieroglyphics, with like memes and emojis and stuff, which I do too. I think it's closer to the way people think, but it's a little alarming how much fewer words are used in English in common usage than were 20, 30 years ago. It's very interesting. Can't wait for more Sisters, Chaos Space Marines, and maybe Nids, says Apex King. Yeah, I'm really hoping to see Nids and Guard. Nids, Guard, Oryx have always been my favorite armies. And I'd love to see them to get an update, because Guard are really kind of struggling right now. They've only got like a handful of units that, in my opinion, are working. Although someone like Brandon Grant could probably do a better job of that than me. Tomodachi Express, people are getting dumber, less intelligent. Yeah, it's interesting, you know. The internet has changed the way we communicate. And that's, I'm not saying anything everybody doesn't know. It's interesting. It's interesting to see how things have changed. The most recent episode of Chapter Tactics was awesome, says Kicker. Yeah, Pablo's always doing a good job with that. Angry Means the only Space Marines chapter that is worth having. Every other Space Marines chapter is just a bunch of blankety blanks, says 4/4. Yeah, the Angry Means are very funny, and it's always cool to work on a project like that. Dylan says he's reading the new Alfarius book, and wow, does it shake the Horus Heresy to the core. I'll have to check that out. So many of the Horus Heresy novels are hit or miss. I've said this a million times on this podcast, but what a missed opportunity. I was so disappointed with the way Horus turns to chaos. Ugh. He has a bad dream, gets poked with a magical knife, and then he goes bad. Lame. Tomodachi Express says, asks, when is Kicker going to go on Chapter Tactics to talk about all the new events? Yeah, it's a good idea. We should definitely have him on some of the podcasts to talk about that. Definitely. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for joining me for this solo cast. I hope you enjoyed it, weren't too bored, going in rapid reverse order of all the notes that I covered. Hope you had a great week and enjoy your weekend. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully I didn't bore you. And until we speak again next Wednesday, when it'll be Frankie and I, happy gaming. Thanks for joining me, and we will see you all next time.